pastor and the founder of Agape for all nations, and she's gearing up for her second mission trip next week. Good morning, Reverend, and welcome.
Good morning.
So how did this all start for you?
Actually, the passion came when I was a child because my grandmom was a midwife, and when I was a child, I see like women that were unable to pay their hospital bills usually come to my grandmom to have their babies. So as a little kid, I would just stand there. Sometimes I do help her stay in the back of the women, hold them by their chest while they push out their baby. So
Wow.
I see all that when I was growing up. So from there, I know that people like this, we need help. So I always have that passion, like how can this change for these people, because the country doesn't have a good hospital facilities, and they are not unable to pay to have their baby delivered. So they deliver their baby actually in our house.
Wow.
Yes.
And where was that? Where did you grow up?
Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yes.
And when you saw these women who were not in good financial shape, or did you have? I guess it was inspiring to you.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you wanted to give them a path to financial independence, how did that come about? What was the thought process?
Yeah, it has been like for years I've had that. Like whenever growing up in Africa, I see how things are. I always say, God, if you help me, I will help these people. I have seen a woman lost in her child in the hospital. For example, a lady was unable to pay just $20 to have her son had a surgery in the hospital, and actually the boy died. So I was there. I went to visit someone in the hospital, and this lady was crying, putting everything on table for at least take this, I'll pay later, but they refused to treat the boy, and
They
boy
wouldn't
died.
treat the boy because
No.
she needed to pay $20.
Yeah, $20. So again, that very moment, tears dropped my eyes. I was still a young girl, so I was like, oh my goodness, how is this going to end? But again, when I finally found myself in Canada, I said, oh my goodness, I think I'll be able to do something from here. And I thank God for this great nation, looking at what we stand for. It just fit my vision.
Yeah. So tell me more about the women you work with. Who are they?
When I came to Ed meeting here, I actually see some women who are here who doesn't have education background from back home. So for example, like Sudanese community. So I took my time 4 years ago, going to their home, just talk to them in one-on-one. I started educating them. So I am so proud of that, because there was a lady who doesn't speak English at all. I started one-on-one English. Though these are not on social media, because I'm not the type that puts stuff on social media. I actually started putting this stuff on social media last year.
Okay.
Until then, I just believe that whatever I do for somebody,
It's just
do
one-on-one.
it.
Yeah. With
So
people.
by now, the lady was able to write a driving exam. She said, Pastor Elizabeth, I think I'm ready to go now. So I took her to registry, buy the book for her, the cue cards, and I started doing it with her. And she went for her driving test. She passed the exam. To me, that was $1 million. I always believe that my legacy is not what I have in my bank account. My legacy is what I did for somebody and the changes that I make in the life of somebody.
So you go back to Africa, and how do you make connection with women who are in need of the help you can provide?
Yeah, what we did, and we're able to contact some people back there. There are lots of them, but we have to start from somewhere.
Right.
So being able to start from somewhere, I know at first the government of my state, some women department in my state, the director for women affairs, I called her and I said, this, how can we do this? So we went there. We started, and we look for something that will sustain them. We are talking about sustainable income, not
You're talking about
money.
Entrepreneurship, right? Trying to encourage women to start their own business in a small way.
In a small way, and to be able to speak up, because I believe when you empower a woman, you empower the nation.
Yeah.
And when a woman is happy, the excitement will have a huge way to go to their family, their community, their churches. So I so much believe in women because they are multitasking.
Now, you're heading to Rwanda next week, and you're holding an event this weekend to help you raise money for the trip. So tell us more about your goals for this trip. What's going to happen?
Yeah, my goal for this trip, our last trip, there was a lady who actually was running out of her home because of $10, which is about 3,000 naira Nigerian money. She lost her husband, and she has 3 kids. She has no food. So when I remember this, just sometimes tears drop my eyes, because I met her and I gave her $10. So she was excited. I'm like, why are you not working? Because her husband and the family did not allow her to work when the husband was alive.
Right.
Now the husband passed on, the lady is not able to sustain herself and her kids. And where are the husband family? They are nowhere to be found. So that lady now, she need help like right now. So there are 6 women like that right there in Nigeria. There are lots of them, but these are the one I have a personal encounter with. The other one was working with the husband in another state. When the husband passed on, the family said she has to move and come back here in a different state,
right,
where she has no job, she has no financial support. She's looking for help. So when I see all this, we say, okay, let's see how we can help them to come. There are lots of them there again. By the time you see what you are doing, changing life, imparting them, it's really amazing. Again, we have to remember that when we say abuse, I try to study to look more. What is the cause of this abuse between man and female and male? Most of the time, when only the man is taking care of all the bills in the house, and now when the man runs out of job, when the man lost his job, then the man will be frustrated. His